The first documentation we've got on hand spinning, which would be through the drop spindle, not on the wheel, is as early as the 13th century. Definitely recorded here in Britain in the 15th century. It's one of the oldest traditional crafts that we have.
What really impressed me about the workshop we're doing today is how hard it actually is to make the thread. As students, we're not only students, but yeah, everyone who's making clothes basically, they go and buy threads, and yeah, they buy just raw materials for the clothes they make, but no one actually thinks about how hard it is to make them.
As far as fast and high fashion is concerned, I don't think hand spinning actually comes into it. It's not sustainable in that particular way. But in having said that, it's important for it to be here because it shows people where cloth comes from.
I found today really interesting, just in terms of all the different things you have to think about when you're doing something like this. So it's really skilled, and it's just, yeah, the sense of there's so much that goes into it, and this is just one part of the process. And then, yeah, you really just start to think about all the value at this stage, and then it's the next stage of, you know, either weaving it into something or knitting it. It's just so much value added at each stage. So I think if people had like maybe more of an awareness of that, they'd maybe understand the different costs and the different sort of time that goes into it and all the training and everything. Yeah, it's just great to have more of an awareness.
It gives me a lot of admiration for Audrey and kind of how easy she made it look.
We always tell the children when we're at the shows and ask them, are they wearing anything that's been spun? If they're wearing a jumper, they'll say yes, because it's been knitted and they can see the correlation between wool and clothing. But what they don't understand is that all clothing has come from a twisted thread, and that is what we're doing here. We're actually twisting the fibre into a thread.